First words with Peppa Pig. Level 1. Hide and seek. Meet Peppa, George, Daddy Pig, and Mummy Pig. Learn, come, find, in, little, look, me, one, play, see, 3, 2, you. Read, hide and seek, box. Go and play for a little bit, you two, said Mummy Pig. You can play hide and seek, said Daddy Pig. George, you run and hide. I can come and look for you, said Peppa. George is little. George can play hide and seek, but Mummy Pig must help him to play. Run and hide, George. Peppa can come and find you, said Mummy Pig. 1, 2, 3, said Peppa. George is little. He can hide in a little gap. I can see you, George, said Peppa. Next, I will run and hide. You can come and look for me, said Peppa. Mummy can help you play, George, said Daddy Pig. 1, 2, 3, said Mummy Pig. Peppa ran away to hide. I can see a little box to hide in, said Peppa. George is little. He can come and look for me. He will not find me in here, said Peppa. George ran to look in the little gap. No Peppa. Come and find me, said Peppa. George had a look. He did not see Peppa in the little box. Come and find me, said Peppa. George had a look, but he still did not see Peppa in the box. Where is Peppa? George will not look in this little box. He cannot find me, said Peppa. George did look in the little box. He did not see Peppa. 1, 2, 3. Pop! Look at me in the box, George, said Peppa. Hide and seek is fun to play. The end. First words with Peppa Pig. Level 1. Paper planes. Meet Peppa, George, Daddy Pig, Mummy Pig, and Mr. Rabbit. Learn away, can, help, it, make, to, up, we. Read, newspaper, paper planes, paper. Daddy Pig is in a rush to go away. Can we help? Said Peppa and George. I cannot find the big plan for Mr. Rabbit, said Daddy Pig. Peppa and George go to see Mummy Pig. Can we make paper planes? Said Peppa. You can. You can bend bits of paper into paper planes. I will help, said Mummy Pig. The paper planes go up and away. Can you help us make the next paper plane? Said Peppa. You can make it, Peppa. George can help you. You can get a bit of paper and bend it, said Mummy Pig.
Wow!
Peppa and George go away to find a bit of paper. They find a big plan. This can make the best paper plane, said Peppa. Daddy Pig is back from his job.
Hooray!
I did not find the big plan for Mr. Rabbit. Can you help me find it? He said. Look, Daddy, we can make a paper plane, said Peppa. I can make it go up and away, said Daddy Pig. The paper plane is up, up and away. The paper plane is here. Mr. Rabbit can see it.
Wow!
Daddy Pig, you sent the big plan to me, said Mr. Rabbit. Oh, said Daddy Pig. You can rest in the sun, said Mr. Rabbit. Daddy Pig sat in the sun. Can you help make a paper plane for me and George? Said Peppa. Where can we find a bit of paper to make it? Said Daddy Pig. Peppa can find a bit of paper.
Hooray!
The newspaper planes go up and away. Whee! My newspaper plane is the best, said Peppa. The end. First words with Peppa Pig. Level 1. Daddy Pig's Big Jump. Meet Peppa, George, Daddy Pig, Mummy Pig, and Mr. Potato. Learn and big, blue, down, funny, I, jump, my, red, run, yellow. Read television, everyone, costume, boots, muddy puddle. I can see Mr. Potato on the television, says Daddy Pig. Peppa, George, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig sat down. Mr. Potato is funny, says Peppa. A cup for the best jump in a muddy puddle, said Peppa. You can win that cup, Daddy. You can make a big run and jump. I can win. I can make a big run and jump down in a muddy puddle, says Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig, you can jump and win a cup, everyone said.
Hooray!
I can. I can make a big run and jump. I can go in my red and blue costume, said Daddy Pig.
Wow!
The red and blue costume is funny, said Peppa. Peppa, it is the best costume for Daddy Pig's jump, said Mummy Pig. Help! I cannot find my yellow boots for my run and jump, said Daddy Pig. Grandpa Pig had the yellow boots. Look at the funny yellow pots, he said. Daddy Pig had the red and blue costume and the yellow boots.
Wow!
I can make a big run and jump. I can jump down in the muddy puddle, said Daddy Pig. It will be funny, said Mr. Potato. Daddy Pig got set to run and jump. My red and blue costume is the best, and my yellow boots. My jump will be the best yet, he said. Daddy Pig did a big run. He did a big jump. Daddy Pig came down splash in a muddy puddle. A big jump is funny, said Daddy Pig. You can make a big run and a big jump, said Mummy Pig. And you came down in the muddy puddle, said Peppa. Can the big jump win the cup, said Mummy Pig. Daddy Pig, you can make a big run and a big jump, said Mr. Potato. Here is the cup. Daddy is the best, said Peppa. The end. Peppa Pig, Best Friends. Once upon a time, Peppa's best friend, Susie Sheep, came to play. I have something to show you, said Susie. Susie held up a photograph of a baby sheep. Look, it's me, said Susie. You're not a baby, Susie, said Peppa, shaking her head. This is an old photo, Susie explained. It was taken when I was a baby. Peppa snorted. She didn't remember Susie being a baby. That was just silly. Susie pointed at Peppa. In the olden days, you were a baby too, she said. I don't remember being a baby, says Peppa. But you were, insisted Susie. Ask your mummy. Peppa and Susie raced inside. Mummy Pig was working on the computer. Mummy, cried Peppa, Susie is making up stories. No, I'm not, Susie said. Peppa told Mummy Pig about Susie's silly idea. I don't remember being a baby, Peppa insisted. But you were a baby, Peppa, said Mummy Pig. Mummy Pig pulled up a picture of a baby pig on the computer. Who do you think this is, Peppa? She asked. Peppa thought that the baby looked like her cousin, Baby Alexander. Is it Baby Alexander? She asked. No, replied Mummy Pig. That's you as a baby, Peppa.
Wow.
Peppa was surprised. She had been a baby. Peppa and Susie giggled. Baby Peppa looked very cute. George and Daddy Pig came in to see what all the fuss was about. Look, Daddy, said Peppa. That's me as a baby. I remember it, said Daddy Pig. That photo was taken on our first day in this house. What do you mean? Asked Peppa. Daddy Pig told Peppa, Susie and George that they had moved into their house when Peppa was very little. We brought all our things on top of our car, he said. Mummy Pig put up some pictures, said Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig put up a shelf, said Mummy Pig. And Grandpa made us a lovely flower garden. Peppa and Susie went outside. There was no flower garden at this house. Why don't we have a flower garden now? Peppa asked. We used to, but Daddy Pig looked after it, Mummy Pig sighed. Said Daddy Pig, embarrassed. We had the wrong kind of soil for flowers. Was Susie my friend in the olden days? Asked Peppa. Daddy Pig nodded. Of course, he said. You and Susie have always been best friends. Peppa wondered what game she played with Susie when they were little.
Did we jump up and down in muddy puddles?
She asked. No, Mummy Pig laughed. You were babies. You couldn't even walk yet.
What did we do when we were babies?
Asked Susie. You cried. You burped. And you laughed, said Mummy Pig. Susie and Peppa giggled. It must have been so silly being babies.
Baby Peppa. Baby Susie.
And then you grew into toddlers, continued Mummy Pig. And you played together all the time.
But where was George?
Peppa asked. He was a baby in my tummy, said Mummy Pig. Peppa thought for a moment. Daddy Pig's tummy was even bigger than Mummy's.
Is there a baby in there?
She asked. No, Peppa, chuckled Daddy Pig. This tummy is pure muscle. Soon, George was born, Mummy Pig said, and Granny and Grandpa Pig bought him a very special present. Can you guess what it was, Peppa? Peppa knew just what present it had been.
Mr. Dinosaur,
she cried.
Grr, grr, grr.
Daddy Pig said that little Peppa and Susie liked to do everything together. They liked to jump, dance, and run around all over the place. Then one day, said Mummy Pig, you saw something amazing. A muddy puddle. You love jumping up and down in muddy puddles together, said Mummy Pig.
I still love muddy puddles,
cried Peppa.
Me too,
cried Susie. Peppa, George and Susie looked for the biggest muddy puddle they could find and jumped right in. Daddy Pig brought his camera. Let's take a photo of you, Susie and George now, Peppa, he said.
Yes, exclaimed Peppa, because Susie and I were best friends in the olden days and we're still best friends now.
Little or big, Peppa and Susie will always be best friends, and they will always love jumping up and down in muddy puddles. The end. First words with Peppa Pig. Level 3. The Scarecrow. Meet Peppa, George, Granny Pig, and Grandpa Pig. Learn. Every, fly, has, him, his, live, off, put, some, them, when. Read. Shed, face, scarecrow.
Wow.
Grandpa Pig is in his garden with Peppa and George. We can plant some seeds in the soil, says Grandpa Pig. Peppa and George put every seed in the soil. Every seed will turn into a plant, says Grandpa Pig.
Wow.
Some birds live in Grandpa Pig's garden.
What a lot of birds, says Peppa. When you plant some seeds, the birds will fly down and eat some of them.
Some of them, said Grandpa Pig.
The birds eat my seeds every time I put them in the soil. Fly away!
The birds did not fly away.
We need a plan to stop them.
Grandpa Pig went to his shed. Peppa and George went with him.
Grandpa Pig has a plan,
said Granny Pig. I will stop them. When the birds see my plan, they will not want to live in my garden. Every bird will fly away when they see it, said Grandpa Pig. Peppa had 2 sticks and George had some cloth. They ran out of Grandpa Pig's shed and went back to his garden. Grandpa Pig put the sticks into a cross. He put the cloth on top.
Wow.
Will this make the birds fly away?
Said Peppa.
Yes, every bird will fly away when they see him,
said Grandpa Pig.
Grandpa Pig has a scarecrow,
said Peppa. Peppa and George put a face on him.
He has a pretty face,
said Peppa.
Wow.
The birds will fly away when they see him,
said Grandpa Pig. The birds did not fly away.
I think they like him,
said Grandpa Pig.
Granny has a plan too,
said Peppa.
The birds can eat some of the seeds I have put in the tree,
said Granny Pig. Granny Pig's plan has worked.
Hooray!
The birds ate the seeds Granny Pig had put in the tree. They did not eat Grandpa Pig's seeds.
Now all of the birds in the scarecrow can live in the garden,
said Peppa.
Hooray!
The end. First words with Peppa Pig. Level 5. The Thunderstorm. Meet Peppa, George, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig. Learn about fall, far, full, got, laugh, light, never, only. Read. Thunderstorm, sky, rain, water, teddy, shoes, tickle, laugh. Peppa and George were having tea in the garden. The sky was light blue and the sun was hot. Peppa, George, come in now. The sky is full of clouds. There is about to be a thunderstorm, said Mummy Pig. Peppa and George ran into the house.
My arms were full, so I forgot about Teddy,
said Peppa. I will get Teddy. The sky is full of clouds, but it is not far to go, said Daddy Pig. Do not get wet. The rain will fall soon, said Mummy Pig. I never get wet, said Daddy Pig. The sky was not light blue for long. Soon it was dark and the rain began to fall. Daddy Pig got wet, but he got Teddy too. It is far too wet to be out there. My shoes are full of water, said Daddy Pig. Here is Teddy. He got a bit wet, said Daddy Pig.
Oh, Teddy, it was far too wet in the rain,
said Peppa. It's only a bit of water, said Mummy Pig. They got a cloth and soon Teddy was not wet. What about me, said Daddy Pig. I am far too wet. My shoes are full of water.
You said you never get wet,
said Mummy Pig. Daddy Pig began to laugh. What are you laughing about? Asked Mummy Pig. Stop, it tickles, he said.
You can laugh, but we will not stop,
said Peppa. Just then there was a flash of light in the sky.
What was that light?
Asked Peppa. It was only the thunderstorm, said Mummy Pig. It was only the thunderstorm, said Mummy Pig. Soon it will go far away, and there will be only light blue sky left. The sky may be full of clouds and the rain may be falling out there, but we will never get wet in here, said Daddy Pig. A drop of water began to fall from the roof. Mummy Pig began to laugh. You said it will never get wet in here, Daddy. Daddy Pig laughed. I was wrong. Daddy Pig got a bucket for the drop of water.
Hooray!
When will the sky be light blue again?
Asked Peppa. Soon. Thunderstorms never last long, said Mummy Pig. Soon the thunderstorm was far away. The sun was back, and the sky was light blue again. Best of all, the thunderstorm had left the garden full of mud. Peppa laughed and jumped about in a big spot of mud.
This is the only bit about thunderstorms I like,
said Peppa. Peppa, George, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig all began to laugh. What fun! The end. Peppa Pig, Mummy Pig's Blackberries. Peppa and her family are visiting Granny and Grandpa Pig. Granny Pig is going to make a delicious apple and blackberry crumble.
I need some brave explorers to go and get the fruit,
says Granny Pig. Aye, aye, Granny Pig, everyone replies. First we need to pick the apples, says Mummy Pig. That's the easy bit, says Grandpa Pig. On the count of 3, shake the tree. 1, 2, 3. Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig, Peppa and George all shake the tree. Apples fall from the branches.
Hooray!
Peppa and George catch them in their baskets as they fall.
This is fun,
says Peppa. Now it's time to collect the blackberries, says Mummy Pig. Why can't we just have an apple crumble? Asks Grandpa Pig. Because blackberries are tasty too, says Mummy Pig, leading everyone to a gigantic blackberry bush. This bush has been here since I was a little piggy. Ouch! Cries George. He has pricked himself on one of the thorns.
Ouch!
Careful, George, you might get tangled, says Grandpa Pig. I use a stick for picking hard-to-reach blackberries.
Wow!
Grandpa Pig uses his stick to pull down the branches that are hard to reach. Mummy Pig climbs her ladder. The best blackberries are right at the very top of the bush, she says. Don't lean too far over, says Daddy Pig. Don't worry, says Mummy Pig. I've been climbing this blackberry bush since I was a little girl. Mummy Pig stretches as far as she can to reach the juiciest blackberries. Ooh, she cries. Mummy Pig has fallen into the blackberry bush and can't get out. Just then, Susie Sheep arrives.
Hello, Peppa,
Says Susie.
Hello, Susie,
Says Peppa.
My mummy is stuck in the blackberry bush. She's like Sleeping Beauty.
Says Susie.
I know that story,
Cries Peppa.
There was a princess called Sleeping Beauty.
Begins Peppa.
One day she fell asleep in a thorny bush and stayed there for 100 years.
That's a nice story, Peppa, says Mummy Pig. But can someone think of a way to get me out of here? Daddy Pig uses Grandpa Pig's pruners to cut the blackberry bush. Daddy Pig has rescued Mummy Pig. My prince, says Mummy Pig.
Mummy is a blackberry bush,
Says Peppa, giggling. Everyone picks up blackberries from Mummy Pig and heads back to Granny and Grandpa Pig's house.
Granny,
Says Peppa excitedly.
Mummy got stuck in a blackberry bush and Daddy rescued her.
I don't want to see another blackberry in my life, says Mummy Pig.
So you don't want any apple and blackberry crumble then?
Asked Granny Pig. Maybe just a little, says Mummy Pig. The end. Peppa Pig, the Power Cut. It is the evening. Mummy and Daddy Pig are both very busy. Daddy Pig is in the hallway vacuuming the carpet. Mummy Pig is upstairs in her study doing important work on her computer. Suddenly, everything goes dark. The computer switches off. The vacuum cleaner switches off too. Mummy Pig tries the light switch, but the lights do not come on. It must be a power cut, says Mummy Pig.
What's happening?
Asks Peppa. It's a power cut, Peppa, says Mummy Pig. A power cut is when there's no electricity.
What's electricity?
Asked Peppa. Electricity is what makes everything in our house work, says Daddy Pig. It is very dark.
Will the electricity come back again?
Asked Peppa. Yes, but in the meantime, we need to find a torch, says Daddy Pig.
Wow.
Let me have a look in the cellar.
Will you be all right, Daddy Pig?
Mummy Pig calls down the stairs. I'll be fine, says Daddy Pig. I can see very well in the dark. Bang bong. Ouch, cries Daddy Pig. I keep bumping into things. I've just remembered, I think the torch is in the kitchen, says Mummy Pig. Yes, it's in the drawer. Mummy Pig lets Peppa hold the torch.
Wow.
Peppa makes a funny face.
George, look at me,
she cries. George laughs. Peppa's face is very funny. We'd better tell Daddy Pig we found the torch, says Mummy Pig. Everyone goes to the living room while Peppa fetches a cardboard box.
Mummy, will you cut a hole in this box for me, please?
She asks. Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig and George sit down. Peppa puts the cardboard box over his head.
George, you have to point the torch at me,
says Peppa.
The television won't work without electricity, so I've made my own television. Welcome to the news with me, Peppa Pig, announces newsreader Peppa. Today, the whole world stopped working when there was a power cut and all the electricity was lost.
Everyone enjoys watching Peppa's television program. Suddenly, the lights come on again.
The electricity is back, cries Peppa.
Hooray! Shouts everyone. Peppa turns on the music player.
Let's dance, she says.
Everyone dances in celebration. The power cut was fun, but everyone is very happy the electricity is back again. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.
Peppa Pig. Peppa's Fantastic Unicorn. It's after bedtime, but George can't sleep. Peppa decides to tell him a story about her fantastic unicorn.
Once upon a time there was a pig called Peppa,
Says Peppa.
and she had a unicorn that could fly.
Wow.
Peppa and her unicorn were looking for Peppa's brother George, the brave dinosaur trainer. Peppa and her unicorn travelled through an enchanted forest. They flew across the starry night sky and over deep blue oceans. But they couldn't find George anywhere. So the unicorn used a special magic spell to find George. He was with his favourite creatures, the dinosaurs. George had been tucked up asleep all day. Good night, George,
Whispers Peppa. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.